everyone, welcome back to my channel. This channel is Roisin Reads. I accidentally in the last one said Roisin Anson, which is my other channel's intro. But I've got this new necklace. I don't know if you can see it, but I've got this new necklace. It's Fourth Wing, so I'm very proud of it. I love Fourth Wing. The Imperium series, this is for that. It's got violets, dragons, lightning, and a crown, which I don't really know where it's got a crown on there. All of the others make sense, but the crown doesn't really make much sense. This video is what I'm currently loving lately. So what have I been loving, what books have I been loving, what equipment and all this sort of stuff have I been loving lately. So one of the big things that I have been loving lately is one of these. This is actually my nan's or my mum's, but mine's currently over there, but it's this. So it's a page turner. So you just clip it onto your Kindle and you have a button to change the page. This just clips onto your Kindle and it turns the page. And on this one, it's got the percentage, so how much charge you've got left. So that's really good. I had one before and I've changed to this one. Mine is pink, but this is my nan's one. So what I do is I put my Kindle on a stand, just the same one that I use for my iPad, and just click away. So that's what I've been loving recently. And obviously my Kindle, I absolutely love my Kindle. I don't know what I'd do without my Kindle. I would literally run down my charge daily on my phone and iPad just using the Kindle, because I read most of the day, most days. So yes, I love my Kindle, and the charge is amazing. I only have to charge it every once a week or so, and like I said, I use it most days for most of the day. So yes. Another thing I've been loving is getting little knickknacks like this. So I've also got a Fourth Wing t-shirt on. Basgioth War College Dragon Rider. So I've got that on today, plus the necklace. So, and then I've got this book blanket. I don't know if you can see. But I have a book blanket. That's another thing that I've been loving, and I just get really cozy with my blanket, my Kindle, my stand and my remote, and I just chill and read. I love it. So with regards to books, the books that I've been loving lately are the Crowns of Nyaxia books 1 and 2. I started book 3 but I didn't finish book 3, so books 1 and 2, they are about, I can't actually remember the name, but basically this daughter of the king of vampires in this region. He's the king of vampires in that region, and he puts her into this trial to get a wish from, is it the goddess Nixia? I think that's what it is, but basically she wants a wish and she wants to become a vampire. That's what her wish was always going to be, so she could become his heir. But because she's a human in a vampire world, she needs this wish to be able to turn into the vampire. So that's the premise of the books, and I read both 1 and 2. I think I preferred book 2 out of the 2 of them, because it was the conclusion, and it was the conclusion because they're in, it's I think a 6-book series, but they're in a duology of the couples. So the first 2 books are about one couple, the second 2 books are about another couple, and then the next 2 books are about a third couple. I think that's how it's working. So I liked the first 2, and like I said, I started the 3rd book, but I haven't finished. I think I got about 15% of the way through it before I put it down as a soft DNF. The next one is, no surprise, Onyx Storm. I loved Onyx Storm. I cried twice or maybe 3 times within Onyx Storm, but my sisters finally started reading Fourth Wing, and she yesterday went on to Iron Flame, and I am so excited. I have been begging people to read it. I got my mum to read it, my sister's reading it. I really want my dad to read it, and I really want my brother to read it, but he said that he's going to wait until the TV show comes out because he's not really a big reader. But my dad's a big reader, but he doesn't read that sort of stuff. He's more into zombie apocalypse type niche books, but I really want him to read this because I think he'd really enjoy Fourth Wing. So yes, I read Fourth Wing. If you don't know what Fourth Wing is, basically Violet Soaringale is the daughter of the general of the Dragon Riders, and she grew up all her life thinking she'd go into the scribe quadrant of Basgiath War College and become a scribe, but her dad dies and her mom decides that she needs to be a dragon rider, and she goes in to the Dragon Riders quadrant, and it is like it's either pass or die type thing. You can't fail. You either pass it or you die. And basically she's training to be a dragon rider. So that's an overview of the Imperium series, book 1, Fourth Wing. The next books that I really enjoyed is the Boys of Tonnen books, and I'm really hoping I said that right. Books of Tonnen. It is binding 13, keeping 13, saving 6, redeeming 6, and taming 7, I think, are the titles. And I fell in love with this series and these characters. Gibbsy, he's just got a special place in my heart, Gibbsy. And Claire Bear and Shan like the River. Oh, honestly, they're just really good. I preferred Binding 13, Keeping 30, and Taming 7. I wasn't a big fan of the 6s ones, just because I was thinking it was going to be in the same timeline, and it wasn't. It was like from 1999 to until it got to the timeline of Binding 13 and Keeping 13 of 2005. So, and then so on. So it was a bit confusing. Not confusing, but I wasn't expecting it to be like that. I thought I'd have a few chapters where it was in the past and then just carry on from that timeline. But no, it went all the way back, and you basically went through that timeline, all of book 1 of the 6. So I think that's book 3 of the series. And then on book 4, you were on the same timeline as book 2 ends off. So it was a bit confusing, but I still loved it. It was a really good series, and I think I gave most of the books 5 stars. Like I said, the 2 6 books, I think I gave lower stars because I'm not really a big fan of dual timelines and that kind of thing. I don't know why, but I'm not. The next set of books is Legacy of Gods, or God of Fury. I've still got the last book to read, which is God of War. I haven't finished God of War yet. Actually, I haven't started God of War, so I need to finish that. But I finished the first 5 books. I didn't really like God of Ruin, which was Landon's book. I stopped DNF that at about 40 to 50% and then came back to it later on. So I wasn't in the mood for it, and I just wanted to finish it off so I could get to God of Fury, which I was really anticipating because it was Nikolai and Brendan's story. So it was the first story of the series. I think it might be the first book that she's written, but I'm not too sure about that. But oh my god, that book, God of Fury, it was a good book. It's my favourite book in the series. I think the rest of the books, other than God of Ruin, I gave 4 stars. Then God of Ruin, I gave 3 stars. And then God of Fury, I gave 5 stars. I love that. Then The next series that I was reading and loved was the Outlaw Chess series by Harley Diamond. It's basically loads of books put into one. Does that make sense? So there's one MC book, then there's a mobster kind of a book, then there's an MC book for a different MC than the first MC, for Razor, but it's all the same cast of characters, so they kind of make appearances, but the main people in the series is Jamie, I think that's her name. She's the main character, and then there's like 3 like love connection type things, so it basically goes through it, and everyone's trying to keep her away from somebody and then trying to put her with somebody else, and basically they're trying to control her life, and she's like, no, I'm not having any of that, it's my life, I'm doing what I want. She is a really badass character, so I really enjoyed reading her books. And like I said, it's a full series, so it starts with Ace, and I think it finished with Dirty Padre, something like that. But I think there's like 7 books in that series. Yeah, I think there's 7 books. So they are good. They are really good. And when I was going through that, I wasn't sleeping very well, and these books kept me really entertained, and that I could stay awake until the night after, so that I could actually get a good night's sleep on the night. So does that make sense? So, but they were really entertaining. I really thoroughly enjoyed reading them. The next and last book I have on this list is the MC books by Charlotte McGinley. Charlotte McGinley, I'll put the title here. She has quite a few series of like motorcycle club romances, so there's quite a few series of the separates. So I think one of them was the Huntsman MC. So there's the Untamed Hellfire MC by her. Then there's the Devil's MC series by her, and then there's the Huntsman MC from her, and all 3 of those series I read and thoroughly enjoyed. Some of them are better than others, and like they're really good palette cleansers, so just as fast books, they're kind of like 300 or so pages, and you get through them really fast. So I was reading 1 to 2 a day. Sometimes I think I would finish the 3rd book in a day as well. So it was like 2.5 books type thing. So it was really fast, and that's why I got so high on my Goodreads account, because I was reading those. I was just going on to the next one and the next one and the next one and the next one. Some of them have like 7 books in the one series, and they all follow different characters of a specific MC, and they all know each other type thing. So it is really entertaining, and just something, because like I said, palette cleanser that I thoroughly enjoyed reading as I was reading them. I even put on my journal that I really enjoyed reading them. That's how I remembered, because I don't really remember any of the characters, but I really enjoyed in the moment of reading them. I thoroughly enjoyed reading them. Does that make sense? So must have been a good time, and I'm pretty sure I rated those like 3-4 stars, some of them. So that is the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed listening to the things that I've enjoyed lately, and just the random stuff that I've got. The next video will be 25 books I want to read in 2025. It was supposed to come out in January, and some of them I've read, but I wanted to show them so that by the end of the year, you'll know how many of these 25 books that I've read. I will see you in that video. If you liked this video, please like, comment and subscribe down below, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.